welcome back to the channel and welcome to a do-it-yourself how-to video, whatever you want to call it. So today, over the next few days, I'm going to try and fix the roof on the top of the pup. When I bought this, I did realise it had a bow in it, which was probably made worse because whoever built it, they put the spare tyre on the very back of it, and even though it's only a small spare tyre, it's a lot of weight, so it's caused the bow in the roof. Now, even now that I've got the pup waterproof with the things I've done to it, it does collect water in the middle of it, especially around the skylight air vent, and I just don't like it there. You've actually got to wind the front of the van up quite a way to get it to run off. The other thing is that it's got a lip around the edge which is probably about 2 or 3 mil high, and that causes the to hold water as well. So I thought of a couple of ways to fix it, and I'll show you what I thought of and what I've actually come up with. That's the top of the roof, and you can see over there in the middle, that's where they used to have the spare tyre, which actually leaned up against the awning, so it was a real afterthought. It just wasn't much good at all. And you can see this lip here and there as well, that's also holding water in as well. So I actually had thought about putting a piece of steel across there and an arch or a V, and then trying to pull the roof up, but I decided against that because, yeah, I just don't like forcing things when it's sort of going into a sagging thing. So the solution I've come up with, so this is a solution, sorry, not the solution, this is what I'm going to try to use to fix it. So it's a Dunlop Level Flex Timber Floor Leveler. So it's a self-smoothing latex floor leveler. So it comes in a 3-part. It comes with a powder, it comes with the mixing solution, and it also comes with a primer. I'll go up front and I'll say now that I'm probably not going to do it as per the manufacturer's specifications, because they say that it's got to be onto a wood surface and it's got to be sanded and it's all the rest. I think they want that for complete adhesion to the or adheres to the actual timber. They didn't say you shouldn't put it on a painted surface, but they don't recommend it, and that's just that if someone comes back, I suppose, and complains that it didn't work because it fell off. So to strip the paint back on this, it'd be a really big job. So what I did was I painted a small section with primer, and then I mixed up a very small portion of it, and I poured it on last night, and I thought, well, let's see if that sticks. If it doesn't stick, then I will go through with the process of stripping it back to timber and all the rest. But if it sticks, I think I'll just go through with pouring it on the paint. But I'll just show you what it looks like on the actual painted surface. So that's the small section that I put on last night. And look, it is not coming off. There's no way in the world that's coming off. So yeah, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just doing it the way I want to do it. I am not suggesting that people should take my advice and put it onto painted surfaces. No, I'm just saying this is the way that I did it. So first of all, I've got to do some preparations. I've got to take the solar panel off, and then I've got to clean this up, and I've got to put the primer on. I've probably got to take off the air vents too, so I can clean and prime under them. I've also got to remove some cabling, and the cabling to the solar panel, because I don't want the solution, I don't want that to be stuck in the solution. So I've got a little bit of work to do first before I get down to putting the primer on. I've got everything clear. It's going to be a problem when painting, and I've given it a nice wash with some soapy water and let it dry. Now I've got to put the primer on. Just to show you how much of a bow it's got in there, you can just see there compared to up here. So yeah, That's what I've got to try and fill up. I've got one bucket of this stuff, it may need two. So there we go, that's all primed up now. Oh, there's a bit of wet spot there. I'll let that dry out. Over there as well. Just smooth them out. And then I've got to mix up the latex and pour it on. There's the product I've got to mix together. The I don't know whether it's a catalyst, but that's the solution you mix it with, and that's the powder. Now, they just say use one bottle to one bag, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to mix it up, and if I'm left with any over, then that's the price you pay. Let's pour it on and see what we get. Spread it around, they said. So this is self-leveling. And there is the drying finished product. It's not perfect, but I think it'll make a big difference to the water shedding ability. We'll have to see what happens when it dries. So it's been about 3 hours now. Yeah, hard as a rock. It is a little bit low in that centre part, and I thought about buying another bucket of it, but I really don't need that much. So I've given it 24 hours to dry completely hard. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm going to put some of this Weather Seal waterproof membrane on it. Really finish it off properly. So there we go. It's all back together. Vents here are back on, and it's finished. So is it level? Well, it's very, very close to level. It's as good as I'm going to get it. It certainly won't hold as much water as it used to. That is for certain. That is that project finished. It came up better than I expected. It certainly isn't completely level. There is still a little bit of a dip in it, but it's certainly taken a lot of it out of it, and it'll hold a lot less water. Is it a success? Only time is going to tell on that one. I was willing to give it a shot and see how it went. It may crack and fall out, I don't know. But for the price I paid for that, yeah, 80 bucks for the floor leveler and about 100 bucks for the rubber membrane paint, I was willing to give it a shot. People can comment on it and criticise it if it is and say it's going to fail, but I'm willing to give it a shot and see how it goes. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you like this channel, consider subscribing to it, and I will see you in 2026 in January, probably with a new camping video.